got an old pond we just got done tearing out, and the customer wants to convert it to a patio, which means we've got to compact it like nothing else.
We got the big packer, the whacker, out here today because we need a hyper compact where the patio's going in, and our 1,000-pound packer is not want to work.
Before we can install the patio, we've got to hold the patio in place, and that means we've got to build a boulder wall. So we call in the truck to deliver some stones. We load the truck up with the old, mucky, unusable material. Blaine carefully uses the Mini X to dig down just deep enough to get past the black, unsuitable, and unstable soils until he sees the brown structural fill below. He's got to be careful not to disturb the structural soil below the unsuitable soil. But the very next bucket load, he finds a vein of really nasty, unsuitable material. Blaine makes sure to get the load dead center in the truck, even though he's got no line of sight with his bucket from inside the skid loader. This area is going to be a patio, and to make sure there's no settlement, everything must go. For every load of unsuitable soil we remove, we've got to replace that with a load of structural fill. So there was a boulder wall holding up the former pond, but we have no confidence in that wall and the materials are inadequate. So we're going to import boulders that we want Blaine to use, and he walks over and checks them out.
That guy right there. Drop him right on the corner. Otherwise, this is a nice flat one. Yeah, or that dog or that one right there. This is nice, square-ish.
Yeah, that's got a flat face, doesn't it? Drop that one right there. don't make a big mess.
Even though Blaine took his time during the excavation not to disturb the subsoil, we still hit it with a compactor. We do the wall in small sections, one section at a time. That's to avoid any problems with rain or weather. We don't want to open up that base and have a torrential downpour come and soak us out.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't really like to pack here, does it?
Tim shows up to help Blaine get a jump start on the boulder retaining wall. But Blaine has built dozens of boulder retaining walls and doesn't need help. The real reason Tim is there is because he's sick of doing paperwork in the office. Boys are using big boulders and they've got a little excavator. So that means they're not able to manipulate the boulders as easy as if they were using the hydro grapple. But that doesn't mean we can compromise on how the boulders gets placed. Rain is in the forecast, and that means all of the dirt has to come out of the street.
This was for the broken heart, laying the weed too afraid to start. Dreams that only came to pass them by. Here's to the broken man who stood and watched when he heard you can't. 'Cause it shows me that faith is more than sight. Whoa.
By smooth packing the top like you see right here, he's making sure that the dirt will shed as much water as possible. If he left it rough and uneven, it would trap and contain water and make the soil that much harder to work with after the rains pass through. The boulders don't always play together nicely, and that means sometimes one just won't cooperate enough to allow us to figure out how to use it inside of a boulder wall, and so it gets hauled away. They hand place the next stone to get as tight of a fit as possible.
Good if you could flip it around, it's got a nice V to it.
I don't know. Like
turn if it was turned the other way. Yeah, it would fit like that. Just kind of scoot this over just a hair in the back, it'll drop down. Or give it a love tap or something.
Perfect. Give that big one a smack. Just we lost the contact. Damn it. I mean, I think that's wedged in there pretty good.
They start prepping the next section of wall, which will be tied into the first section. Getting the boulder in place is step one. After they figure out what position they want it in, they want to get it bed down. That basically means settled in and locked into place so it won't move. While they build the boulder wall, Sam preps for the 375-pound stone step that has to go in place next. We've used tarps to cover and protect our sites from rain this year more than any other year in our company history.
Alright, Blaine's going and grabbing block. While he's gone, I'm going to do a little bit of prep work. We got a new packer. Look at that. Brand new. Hasn't been used yet. Kind of excited to try that thing out.
I was a bit hesitant to buy this because I ordered it online and I've never done that before. But I used a company called Tomahawk Power and I think they did a really good job. Delivered it right to the door and it's actually a better unit than what I anticipated it was going to be. We flat top pack it, and what flat top packing means is we're eliminating the divots from the sheep's foot packer. Although the sheep's foot packer you seen running earlier has already done all of the compaction we need on this project, we need to seal up the divots so that we don't have any uneven settlement years down the road. And that's where this little baby comes in handy. Before the patio can get built, a 375-pound stone stair needs to be put in place. To make that happen, they've got to trim up the concrete to get a nice tight fit.
Ooh. Stay.
Although the equipment could easily get the stone step laid in place, there is no access for the equipment. Ready?
center. So you got at least the corners to match. Gotta come my way a little bit.
Yep. All right. Too far.
Too much.
Oh, too far.
All right. Pretty good.
Is this our
That
line
corner-
right here?
That corner, yep, gonna come out. And we push this side in.
All right.
Alright, well, get it up close. Now push it down just, oh, I don't know. It's pretty good, huh?
That looks pretty good. Yep.
It's gonna go anywhere. Shouldn't have any voids under there. So that's just tight to keep.
I feel like that almost 400-pound piece of stone took care of any voids under there.
All right, you guys, on tomorrow's video, we're going to completely wrap up this project. We're going to lay in all of the sand and aggregate. We're going to lay the field out. We're going to put in the soldier course and completely wrap this project up from start to finish. So hopefully you guys will see you on that one. God bless, go get them, and we'll see you on the next one, guys.